Hey guys, full of Meerkat and Casper's here. How are you guys doing? Can you all see me, hear my voice, and is everything clear? Jesus Christ, there's already 72 people here, and Casper's on my lap. Okay. Hi, so you guys can hear me then? And see me? And Casper? Yes, Casper is on my lap. He's not leaving. He was also like this on my reaction, by the way, reaction to chapter 1. He was on my lap because he was crying for some reason, so I had to keep him on my lap throughout the whole thing. Oh, I missed you guys too. Are you guys doing great? It's the RWBY season, guys. Can you guys believe it? It's the RWBY season. I still can't fucking believe it. So I watched the episode yesterday and it was so freaking great, and I will be talking about it for a couple of hours. So at first, let's just chat a little bit for 10 minutes or something. I'm just gonna focus on the live chat. And after 10 or 15 minutes, I'm gonna start talking about the episodes. And there will be spoilers, guys. So if you guys haven't seen the last episode of RWBY, I suggest you to not watch this, but I assume if you're here, then you're ready to get the spoilers. So yeah, there are a lot of stuff going on in Volume 7. Do you wanna go down? What do you want? Okay, let's see what it's gonna do. Alright, so... Okay, how are you guys doing? Yes, this t-shirt. You know, I'm also gay, so I'm wearing this. I had to buy this. I just had to. Alright, let me read the chat first. Okay, you guys are already talking about the spoilers. Oh my god, all I see is one particular name from the latest episode. Don't read the chat if you haven't seen the episode. Okay. So, I'm a little anxious. I haven't been doing these kind of live streams for a while. So, I was kind of in a hiatus, if you haven't noticed. I wasn't on YouTube that much. It's mostly because of my full-time job, and there are a lot of stuff going on in my life. So I wasn't able to make a lot of content like I wanted to. But I'm finally here. I'm always here for RWBY. You guys know me. You guys know how much I love RWBY. I'm always here on time for RWBY. RWBY is literally one of the fewest things that actually make me happy in life. So I'm a heavily depressed person, but when it comes to RWBY, I'm just this, I don't know, really enthusiastic and happy person. That's just how RWBY affects me. For how long now? Oh yeah, I started watching RWBY in 2017. It's been like this for almost 3 years now. So yeah. I'm just so happy to be able to ramble on and on about the show that I love with you guys. Because seriously, talking about RWBY is one of my favorite things. So... Hey, hello to everyone who is in the chat. There are 77 people. I'll be here looking at the chat for another 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna start talking about the episode itself. There are a lot of things to talk about. The episode itself is around 18 minutes, but I have over 90 screenshots to go through. I mean, if you ever caught up on one of my live streams, then you probably know I talk a lot with screenshots. I go through everything that I feel is important, and well, this time I ended up getting 90 screenshots. Dude, in one of my Bumblebee live streams, it was around 140 screenshots. I'm not joking. I went through 140 screenshots because I'm a Bumblebee trash. But this time, this is gonna be a general RWBY thing. I'm just gonna talk about the chapter itself. I'll be rambling on about a lot of things. The entire episode was important. Yes, exactly. The entire episode was important. You start watching RWBY in 10th grade. Wow. Oh my god. So yeah, I'm kind of new. 3 years is not that much. By the way, before I go like and start talking about the episode itself, is like the audio and the video, like, is everything alright? Like, you guys can hear my voice clearly? There isn't nothing wrong with the mic or anything, right? RWBY back in 2008? What? Didn't RWBY start it in 2013? How are you watching it in 2008? I'm confused. Nothing wrong with you. Okay, so I think we're good. And there's 80 people in the chat right now. Yeah, 80 people. I think we can start in a couple of minutes. Awesome. I'm glad everything's working well. So only a couple of minutes more. And I think it will be enough for me to overcome, like get over my anxiety. I'm just trying to think there aren't 80 people watching me right now and listening to me. This is fine. It's just me in my room looking at the camera. There's nothing wrong. Okay. You started on Volume 4, so the period death scene didn't have much of an effect on me. I also started, like, the Volume 4, like, in 2017. Volume 5 wasn't around when I started watching it, but but Pyrrha's death really affected me, dude. It's really affected me because, like, that was, when I saw that scene, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? What is this? This is not a kid's show anymore. What is going on? Is this Game of Thrones? So yeah. Now at least one of the characters from Volume 3 is kind of around right now. I guess I'm free to talk about spoilers at this point. I assume if you haven't seen the episode, you left the chat, right? Because I'm gonna talk about spoilers. And I don't want to ruin the show for you guys. I started watching Mummy Hat. Just the Red trailer, oh my god. You can imagine how much I cried yesterday. I can. Monty did say he liked Game of Thrones. Oh my god, we're doomed, Haley. We're doomed. Okay. So, the thing is, I won't be talking about the intro that much because it's, like, I already kind of, like, talked about the whole intro in my reaction. So I'm thinking of starting to talk about the episode itself without including the intro, but there are a couple of things that I didn't mention in my reaction. By the way, if you guys go to my Patreon page and pledge there for early access, you can see my Volume 7 intro reaction as of now. And later today, you will also be able to see my full-length reaction, like the unedited one. I didn't put the episode itself, but it's gonna be there with a timer because Rooster Teeth doesn't want us to actually show the video behind a paywall. So if you go on Patreon, you will be able to, like, see my reactions a week earlier than the people on YouTube. Just want to put it out there. Anyway, so there are a couple of things that I didn't mention in the intro. And one of those things is, I'm trying to remember. Yes, Jean's shield. So I didn't see Jean's shield at first. Like, he's doing something with dust. I think he upgraded his shield or something. I didn't mention that in my reaction. And besides those things, I kind of talked about everything in the intro. Yeah, the shield. But besides that, I talked about, like, almost everything. Like, I paused the screen. You know how I talk in my reactions. So I'm just gonna dive in to the chapter itself. I'm gonna start from the beginning, and then I'll be talking about the episode for God knows how long. Let's go. Okay, let's go. Let's start. I gotta move a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I wanted to start the screenshots with these two. Oh, they're here. Okay. Two beautiful images. Because look at the animation. Like, these are some wallpaper quality images. Like, seriously, look at how beautiful that moon is. And look at Atlas. Like, it looks gorgeous. Like, they already showed us in Volume 6, but I just can't help but to stare at them. Like, so, our journey is gonna start in Atlas. And if I remember it correctly, they actually wanted this episode to be the end, like the finale of Volume 6, but they didn't manage to edit on time. So actually this episode was meant to be the finale. So, and I kind of understand why it was like that. Anyway, let me make the screen bigger because I can't read everything. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, I can see it better now. So Jean started with, like, so I guess we're gonna get some answers finally. I mean, that's what I hope as well. And why said, like, I've never seen that many ships on air before. Like, honestly, I thought maybe that was something casual for Atlas to be like that many ships to be on air, but apparently it wasn't. And you can actually see how worried that made like Blake as well. So apparently it wasn't something casual even for Atlas, even though they're kind of dramatic when it comes to these things. And Weiss is worried about, like, oh, they might even take me back to my father. And if I remember it correctly, I think there's this bounty kind of thing to make Weiss turn back to her father. So what worries me the most is how people may notice Weiss and that she's a Schnee and try to, like, kidnap her to, like, turn her in to the Schnee Manor. And so she's worried. And then she goes ahead and says, oh, Winter can help me. Winter can help us. I'm sure my sister is going to help us with this situation. But right after she said that, there's going to be some stuff happening. Anyway, we're slowly going to that part. I'm going to be talking about Winter a lot. So we got these shots in the episode, and I wanted to, like, show them to you as well to get, like, a clear view of Mental. So Mental is not a very lovely place, as we can tell from the first episode. It's not the best place to be on the world of Remnants. But I actually love these views. Like, they look gorgeous, in my opinion. Like, the city itself, like, these shots, look, I'm kind of a sucker for cyberpunk kind of things, and this place is kind of giving me those vibes. That's why I like it. And that's why I love these shots, to be perfectly honest. But, like, just look at this one. Like, they're just amazing. They're amazing, and they're kind of these bridges between the buildings, too. Like, there are a lot of details in these shots. And we also get these views from the streets, and we have this announcement, like, from General Ironwood, and apparently they keep showing these things to the people of Mental from time to time, and Ironwood says the kingdom of Atlas will remain strong and will remain safe. I can guarantee you guys that. So it is clear that Ironwood is trying to do the right thing. So the guy just trying to keep his citizens safe. But he kind of went overboard, and while he's trying to do the right things, he kind of screwed up a little. I mean, not just a little, but it looks like he screwed up a lot, honestly. So, and our girls and, like, Crow saw it, and, you know, Crow is Ironwood's friend, so he's clearly aware of the fact that Ironwood went overboard, and he's like, oh, James, what have you been doing? What the heck did you do, James? And then we get some close shots from the streets, and we see that there are a lot of robots on streets, and it's just that, like, there is no one from Atlas itself. There are just Mental citizens and robots that are trying to protect them. And it looks like the civilians are done with these robots because, like, there's this one civilian that says, "Oh, not these again." And then there's this another civilian. Why can't they just leave us be? And then there are kids on the streets. They're trying to, like, throw some rock at these other robots that are guarding the city. It looks like the kids are also done with these robots. And on the second shot, you can actually see when the robots notice the rock, they get scared. The kids are scared that the robot is gonna do something to them. So there's clearly something wrong with Ironwood's methods. Like, he's thinking that using these robots in the streets to protect the citizens from Grimm is enough. He's keeping things safe. But it's actually not going great for the citizens. Like, we're seeing the citizens of Mental and they're not happy at all. And Weiss saw that immediately. She's like, this isn't right. And then she says, "Hey, I'm telling you, my sister can help us talk to Ironwood." And right after she said that, we get to this scene right here. So this shows us that Winter is actually with Ironwood. Honestly, it's like if you look at the volume 3, it was also obvious there that Winter is really loyal to General Ironwood. Like, she's really loyal to him. And I'm honestly not surprised that she's following his orders. Like, I don't know how she personally feel about his methods, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna follow Ironwood no matter what she does. Let me check the chat. I love Winter too, guys. I'm gay for Winter. I love her, by the way. The tighter you squeeze, the faster you lose your grip on control. That's a good quote, my dude. I'm still backing 100% that Ironwood has been using the relic to advance Atlas tech. Honestly, yeah, that could be true. Like, I can't remember which relic was in Atlas. I'm assuming it was the Relic of Creation. Like, Relic of Creation is also in the opening as well. Like, when you see Monty's name in the credits in the opening, you can actually see, like, a glimpse of the Relic of Creation behind Monty's name. So, but I'm not so sure if that was a relic in Atlas. But I'm thinking the Relic of Creation might be the thing that helped them mate Penny. I'm not so sure, but that could be the case. So, this actually reminded me of a theory that I saw on Tumblr a couple of years back. Like, there is this theory that says Winter's illusion is the White Witch from Narnia. And they had this really long post about the whole theory, and at the time people were like, "Oh no, I don't think Winter is a villain," obviously. Like, people were thinking this way, but this image right here, and how Winter's been behaving, actually kind of implies that her illusion actually might be the White Witch from Narnia. Like, it is a possibility, and I'm pretty sure at the end, she's gonna side with her sister. She loves her sister so much, but still, in this volume, I feel like we're gonna see her on the other side. And, Weiss is really disappointed. Like, Weiss is really surprised to see her sister there, and Crow's like, I'm not so sure this is a good idea now, Weiss. And he has a point, to be honest. But Weiss is sure, like, there's obviously something very wrong. Winter wouldn't do something like this at all. But we don't know that. We don't know that. But thankfully, Maria stepped in and she was like, okay, kids, I know someone who can help us with both of these things. Stop fighting. And then she was like, geez, lady, take a hint to the one I can't find the name in English. Anyway, I love Maria, guys. I love Maria. She's amazing. I just love her entire attitude and her jokes and literally everything about her. I love her. And look at this shot. Look at how beautiful it is. Just appreciate it, okay? It is so freaking beautiful. Like there's these north light kind of things in the sky and look at the buildings and stuff. Like seriously, it's so freaking beautiful. I love it. I love it. I want to use it as a wallpaper sometime. Okay, and then we actually get these scenes, and I want to kind of zoom in to these. You guys won't be able to see my... Oh, wait. There we go. My ugly face for a while. Okay, so we can actually, like, see the citizens in the right corner, and then there's this one robot, and the citizens are looking at the robot, like, with kind of a judgment in their eyes. They look so done with these robots patrolling in the city. It is really obvious on the behinds of the scene. And then we get this thing, and I find these two images really important. Like, I'll be talking about these things, and I also want to talk about these things with you guys. Like, I want to hear you guys' opinions on these things. So, let's start with this one right here. Okay, so there are some details in this image. Like, we see 3 news. One of them is an election imminent, and on that election, we see a face, a woman's face, and from the credits, we've learned that woman's name is Robin Hill, and I think Robin Hill is, like, her illusion is Robin Hood. So, from what I understand from this episode, I mean, we haven't seen Robin herself yet, but I think she's trying to get into the council to defend the people in Mental, because it looks like in the council, in the Atlas Council, the members of the council doesn't actually give a shit about the people of Mental. They just care about their own people. And then we get another news in the screen. It is the embargo. Was it the right call? So this is after months, like months after the fall of Beacon, months after the embargo, and we can still see news about this decision of Ironwood. So we can actually see how the embargo has been affecting the citizens and the whole city. And another news here is a missing journalist found slain. So I feel like these 3 things, they're gonna be important later on. And another thing is, we actually see Robin. We see her poster in the streets. We see this a lot in the episodes, actually. And I feel like we're gonna see Robin real soon in the volume. So another thing, like, there are 2 things here that was important in my opinion. There's this one graffiti in the city, and the focus in this graffiti was really long in the episode itself. It says, "Show your teeth." And I feel like it is a Faunus thing, like this is a call for the Faunus to act on the people with the council and the general, because they haven't been having a great time in the city. Because, like, this was in focus a lot, and I feel like we're gonna see this slogan again in the volume itself. Show your teeth. We will see this. We're gonna see this. And right after they passed this point, there was this one of these small robots again, and that thing actually, like, took a photo of Yang, and I'm honestly really worried about this. Like, we know how he's capable of hacking these things, And now this thing took a picture of Yang. So I feel like Yang's photo is now in the database. And I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen later on. But now I'm gonna look at the chat for a little bit before going on further. Like, what do you guys think about Robin? Who do you think she is? Like, what kind of a person she's gonna be? What kind of a character she's gonna be? Like, what are your opinions? Let me read the chat because there are a lot of messages here. Oh my god. Okay. Mental needs to declare independence. Oh boy, I wish. Hope she leads the White Fang of Atlas. Oh my god, really? White Fang of Atlas? Oh boy. Oh boy. Robin X Winter. You guys are already coming up with ships. Oh my god. Hope she turns into Batgirl. Okay. Robin could be non-binary. I'm excited for that possibility. Yes, that would be great. Do we have Aoife in the chat? I can't see her, by the way. I see you guys keep bringing her name. But... okay. I mean, I've seen some theories about Robin being the Winter Maiden. Maybe. Like, she could be the Winter Maiden. Some people are saying that. Oh, Aoife. You're Loonby. Okay, I see you now. Okay. Yeah, like, she, if you think her as Robin Hood, I think she, like, it's, like, it kind of makes sense, that sort of illusion, because she's trying to defend the poor people in Mental. Because, like, in Atlas, from what I understand, like, the whole rich part of the country lives in the islands, and they're, like, throwing parties and such, and they're drinking their alcohol, and they don't give a shit about anyone else, and they're just sending their robots and other stuff and Mental, and, like, you know, they're just living their lives up top. And I think Robin is trying to break that with the election. But I think she also has other plans. Besides the election, she might has, like, followers. Kind of like the White Fang. Her weapon shoots arrows too. Does it? Really? Whitley is the Winter Maiden. No. No. No, dude, no. No, Aoife, that's you. Aoife, no. 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 I feel like with Ironwood's paranoia, the Winter Maiden is probably heavily guarded. If he knows who she is. Penny is the Winter Maiden. No, I don't think so. Okay. Alright, let's move on with the images. Okay, so... I love this scene. So basically, Yang just kicked the robot because it was annoying her. And then a truck crashed the robots. And then suddenly everyone was looking at Yang, and she's like, oops, I wasn't planning this, but it kind of happened. And then we got, like, didn't I take a screenshot of that? Oh my god. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me make this bigger because I'm a trash. Okay. So, look at that smirk. The smirks. Mostly. So, right after this, Yang looked at Blake and she's like, maybe we should keep, like, going a little faster. And then Blake just looks at her and rolls her eyes. And I just melt because I'm a trash. So yeah, this is one of the most important scenes in the whole episode, guys, because I said so, okay? Anyway, let's move on. And then we see this scene with the faunus, and they're basically the workers in the mine, and we see how hard their conditions are, and like how unhappy they are, and they see those things. And Nora says something like, you know, things would be good if you're the one having to look up at it. And like, yeah, this is basically, I don't know, Atlas is like, you know, the ones on top, they live their lives, and the ones on the bottom, like the people in mental, they're having a hard time, really. And like this guy, this asshole, and his friends, these drunk people, they actually like represents the people in mental and how their mentality is like. So Blake is so sure that like there's this whole city just seems awful. It is so obvious to them because they came from outside and they see all the unfairness the people of mental has been going through. And then suddenly this dude pops up, this asshole pops up, and he's like, you know, there's plenty of space out in the tundra, you can just go if you want to. So, yeah. And then suddenly, he decides to interrupt them, and Ruby wants to say something about this because that's how Ruby is. But Blake knows better than that. Blake knows that, you know, Ruby, we can't cause a scene here. We need to be subtle. We need to be subtle here. Otherwise we're screwed. We'll go to jail. Spoiler alerts, they kind of got themselves in something bad, and it looks like they're gonna end up in jail. Anyway, not this one. Okay. This one that says the embargo just got us in a rough patch, but things will be better. Just wait and see. But the other dude was like, we helped other people, and this is how. This is what we have to deal with now. This is the response. I say let them rot. So this is like the mentality of most of the people in mental, I assume. So they think, like, they're just looking at civilians, like, just think them as people who are not into politics. You know, just one of those people, like in every other country. And they just see this thing. They just see that they try to help to another country. They sent their army to this other country, which is Whale, the Kingdom of Whale. And then they got defeated there. And then they ended up in this situation because, like, the general decided that the embargo was a good idea, and now it's affecting the whole country. And this is how the people of mental sees it, because these people probably, like, they're not able to get their foods and other things that they need because of the embargo, and now they're just blaming the other countries because that was the response that they've gotten. I mean, that's how they look at these things. So this is like, these two guys basically represents the whole mentality of this place, of mental. And then, this scene broke my heart. Honestly, it broke my heart because Blake apologized, even though she doesn't want to, even though she doesn't have to apologize. But she knows that if things keep going this way, they're gonna end up in a bad situation. So she's like, okay, I apologize. I didn't mean to insult you. But she definitely doesn't mean it. And that was the right call, even though I hate it. That was the right call. But then, this happened, and I have a lot of feelings about this scene. So, I have mixed feelings about this scene, and I'm gonna explain it right away. Okay, so, like, the character development, guys. So, just think about Weiss in the first 2 volumes of the show, and how she was behaving towards other faunas, you know? Like how she was wording things towards Sun. Like she was saying stuff like, "Oh, a filthy faunus," and other things. And now she literally whooshed away, like yeeted this dude to a trash can because he was insulting her friends, her faunus friends. Like I just love how in Volume 6 and Volume 7, Weiss is in the front lines of defending Blake against racist people. I love it to death, but I also think that this is gonna be a problem to them later on. Like, they should have stayed subtle, okay? They shouldn't have been doing stuff like this in the city because they're, robots everywhere. And now, Weiss did this. And right after she did this, I'm not so sure if I took a screenshot of that part. Let me check. Did I take a screenshot? I didn't. But on this screenshot, like the dude is laying on the ground and he said something like, "Oh, you what you did," and he was saying something there. And I'm pretty sure he realized that Weiss was a Schnee and that there's this reward for anyone who catches Weiss and brings her back home. So I feel like this dude realized that, this random dude. And actually this scene was kind of like ironic. Like right after they ran away, we see this Winter again, and Winter's like, "We're here for your safety." It's kind of ironic, like, right after we see the whole city in detail and how the people of Mental is, like, how they think about what's been going on in the country, we get this Winter saying, like, "We're here for your safety." But are you? Are you really? Anyway, I'm gonna keep talking about that. So in here, we see a panda faunus. Okay, I got distracted. I'm sorry. Just wanted to say I really enjoy your videos. I also adore your accent. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, let me check the chat because I was too caught up on talking about these screenshots. Okay. Let's see. Weiss is best girl. Yeah. I mean, Yang is my favorite, but Weiss is best girl, yeah. I agree. Fuck life, Weiss. Our queen, yes. I'm just reading the chat. So he was not there to resurrect Ozpin, and all humanity lost his magic, meaning that Ozpin's soul contains the magic and he gave it to the maidens. Yes, that's what happens. Oh, right. Winter's coming. Yes, winter's coming. Winter's coming on RWBY. Okay, so in this screenshot, we see an adorable panda faunus girl. Which screenshot is this? Let me check. It's not this one. This one. Okay. So we see. Oops, I moved the wrong image. I hate OBS, guys. Anyway, I'll have to deal with that later. Okay, here we go. Okay, we see an adorable panda faunus, and she has a robotic arm, and we again see posters of Robin protect Mental. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a huge plot point in the whole volume. And right after that, did I miss the screenshot? There you go. We met with this adorable human being. What was his name? I took a note. Pietro. There we go. He's the Geppetto. Is that how you pronounce it in English? Like the Pinocchio's father? Geppetto? Was that it? Anyway, we met Pietro, guys. Look how adorable he is. Look at his tie. That tie is, from what I learned on Tumblr, that's the tie. Like it's Penny's, like the thing that Penny wore on her outfit, like on top of her hair. He's using it as a bow tie. How adorable is that? I love this guy already. And I feel like Geppetto. Okay. Okay. I think that's how we pronounce it. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep calling him Pietro because that's his name. So yeah, we met this adorable guy, and he's just so freaking sweet. Like, I'm gonna keep talking about him and why I love him so much, and why I'm kind of like low-key anxious that something's gonna happen to him and it's gonna crush our souls. Anyway, so they came to his office, and Maria was like, "Oh, I have an old friend there. Like, you know, he adjusts my eyes from every 10 years or so." And she also said this in Volume 6. Like, she mentioned how she's going to Atlas every 10 years for her eyes. And and then his response was, "Have we met?" And I kind of feel him on this because I usually also forget the people that I met in real life, and I usually meet with people twice. And the ironic thing is, like, one of my best friends, some of my best friends, I met with them twice and embarrassed myself because they were like, "Oh, we already met." And I was like, "Oh, really? Did we? Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Anyway, I feel him. And yes, he's probably, I don't know, 70 or something, and I'm in my mid-20s, I know. Anyway. And he was like, "Oh, has it been that long already?" Like, he remembers Maria afterwards, like, he probably hasn't seen her for like almost 10 years. And, Maria explains why she's with these kids. And she says, "You know, first I was around because I thought they would need my guidance." Which explains why she stayed on the train in Volume 6. We actually never got an explanation of that in Volume 6. Like, why Maria stayed on the train. And right here, she actually explains she stayed on the train because she thought that they would need her help. So she was observing them, and she thought they would need her help. And then she says they had much more complicated issues, it turned out. Like, I don't know, killing gods and saving the whole world of remnants. So yeah, just a little bit complicated. Just a little bit complicated. And she explains how genius Pietro is. And Yang says something like, "Oh, you're a genius, but she's like, then why are you staying in this place in mental?" And he responds with, "Oh, it's toughy up there." Like, this line right here makes me love him even more, because even though he can live his life, keep on living his life on the island, like, completely safe, he doesn't do that. He stays in mental to help the local people, to poor people. I'm pretty sure he's helping these people, like that one Panda Faunus and other people, for free. Like, I doubt he's even taking money from them, because I don't think he needs it. He's just trying to help these people. He doesn't stay with the other rich people of Atlas. He's in mental, and it made me love him even more, to be perfectly honest. And then he talks about how right now he's making shoes that makes you dance. And he starts talking about it, and that topic really took interest of Nora. Because apparently she wants to dance. But Yang interrupts them, like, before we talk about the shoes, can we talk about the more serious topics? And I actually really love this about Yang. She's gonna do the same thing, like, again. I'm gonna talk about it in the other screenshots. But I just love how she's the voice of reason so far. Like, she really is the voice of reason. She's trying to, like, keep on the serious topic. That's what she's been trying to do. She's actually, like, I saw this from a post on Tumblr. Bless that person who made that post. They made me realize she's taking the advice of Raven from Volume 5. Remember how, in Volume 5, Raven said, you need to keep asking more questions. And that's exactly what she's been doing ever since Volume 6. Because Yang is so freaking smart, I tell this every time where I get the chance. She's a smart bean, and she learns from her mistakes. And now she's questioning everything. And, you know, she's trying to, like, I don't know, she's just being the voice of reason, and she's trying to keep people together. And I love that about her. And now we get to the scene which made me worried. Like, in this episode, we've seen Pietro coughing. And I feel like this is like a message that says, hey, don't get too attached to this character because, you know, something bad could happen to him because of his health. And that's probably what's gonna happen later on in the volume, and I'm not ready for it. I don't think I will ever be ready for it because I already love him. So yeah. He's trying to explain that like how things have been and how General Ironwood has been viewing things ever since the fall of Beacon. So he says, you know, the fall of Beacon took a toll in the whole city, because how all of the army of Atlas got hacked in Beacon. Some people like thought that Atlas is a traitor or they're just idiots, and how Ironwood got really paranoid because he's sure that the person who hacked the whole army is probably someone inside. And we all know, as the viewers, we know that that's Watts, but we don't actually know who Watts is. And I'm sure Watts has a serious title in Atlas. He is an important person in Atlas, and he is manipulating things from inside. I think he has access to every single robot in the city. He can control everything, he can manipulate everything, and he might even, I don't know, try to control Penny even. I'm not so sure about this, but I don't know, like, we don't know what he can do with his hacking things, you know. Hi, Casper. Are you here to watch the stream? You distracted me, okay, I was on these things, okay. Okay, now my dog is distracting me. What do you want? Do you want to listen? Okay, bye. Okay, good. Alright. And then, Weiss asks, how does the council feel about all of this? So this was an important detail, actually, like, when Weiss asked this question, like, how does the council feel about all of this? And he said they'll agree with whatever he wants because they're afraid. So the thing is, I'm asking this to every one of you in the chat because I don't remember if we got this info in the previous volumes, or I don't know. Like, how many people are there in the council in Atlas? Do you guys know how many people are there in the council? I'm just looking at the chat to see if you guys know anything about it. Because I honestly don't know. 3? 5? 3 people? Just 3? And is Winter in the council? Do we know if Winter is in the council or not? I'm not so sure if they said it or not, honestly. Oh, yes! Inspector, you're right. Ironwood held 2 seats and the others have 1 seat per every... Okay, we have James, Jacques, and 3 others? We have 3 others, really? They never actually said a number, did they? Okay. Yeah, Ironwood is in the council and he has 2 seats in the council. He has 1 more seat than the others. 3 councillors. Okay. I assume Winter is also in the council. I think he is. Like, I'm sorry, she is in the council too. We have Jacques, or Ironwood holds 2 seats because he's the headmaster and the military leader. Yeah, you're right. Winter is not. Okay, Winter is just following Ironwood's orders. She's not in the council, she's below. Okay. But we know Jacques is. And actually, in the intro, there was this one transition between 2 scenes. It first shows... Wait, Jacques isn't on the council? He isn't? Are we sure? But either way, in the intro, we got a transition that gives us a hint about how Jacques has been manipulating Ironwood. Like, there was this one transition where you see Ironwood, and then it immediately switches to Jacques. There are 3 council members, and then there are 5 lower members. Is that how that works? Okay, I need to look at this information honestly, because I can't remember. I mean, I don't know if he got the info. Okay, Spectre says, I think he's running for a seat on the council against Robin. Jacques is running for a seat in the council against Robin. That will make sense. Yeah, Jacques is a businessman. You don't put private businessmen in the government. True. Okay, so Atlas has 4 councillors. And the whole council is 5 people, I think, from what I gathered in the chat. And Ironwood holds 2 seats in the council. Which leaves us with 3 other people that agrees with the thing that he says, his decisions. Okay. So this line right here was actually really important. Like, look at what he's saying. Though some representatives from Mental, and he got cut off here. Like, he couldn't keep talking about what he was saying. And I think the representative that he mentions here is Robin. And she's trying to get a seat in the council to represent the people in Mental. I mean, I don't know if there are more representatives like Robin out there, but clearly the one we kept seeing, was Robin. And then Yank tries to turn to the topic. She's like, well, what were you saying about Mental? Can you keep going? But he didn't. Instead, he was like, you painted it. So, this is the guy who made Yang's arm as well. And then he's like, oh my god, you guys are Team RWBY, how come I didn't realize this before? So, and then he goes, my daughter thought me, said a lot of things about you. And in my reaction, I was like, what daughter? Which one is his daughter? I was like thinking about the students from Atlas in the show, and I was an idiot. I didn't think of Penny, and I was like, who is his daughter? Oh my god. Anyway, then I realized, I was like, oh, Penny's his daughter. Okay. In this here, there's this one detail that I apparently didn't take a screenshot. On his table, he has a mug. He has a mug that says "Number 1 Dad." it is number one that, and that is adorable. And honestly, like when we first got a glimpse of him in a car in Volume 3, I thought like Penny's dad is this evil scientist person that is gonna cause a lot of trouble, and another antagonist. But it didn't turn out that way. Instead we got this adorable old dude, and he has a freaking mug that says number one that. So I didn't see this coming. And he apparently he even has some stuff in his room, like this one whale or dolphin figure, and apparently it's something from Pinocchio, the story Pinocchio. And there was this even one sign that says like, I think I took a screenshot of that one. It was great. Didn't I? I'm gonna get lost here. I'm sorry. Let me check. I want to show it to you guys. Oh my god. Oh, there it is. There it is. Which one? It's this one. Okay. Let me make this bigger. There's this one sign. They since lost nonsense. And apparently nonsense keep happening every day in Mental. And I'm not surprised, since it looks like Mental keeps getting attacked by Grimm every day because of how people feel, Like, Mental keeps getting attacked by Grimm because Grimm are attached to negative emotions, right? Okay, I'm trying to find my way. Okay, there we go. So yeah, and then we got to the fight scene. And this particular scene was really important in my opinion, because Blake reached the Gamble Shroud, and then she realized that it's broken, and then she clearly realizes, like, she remembers what happens before they arrived there, like what happens with Adam and stuff that she's been through, and then she turns it into a gun to use it that way. And in the other episodes, in the upcoming episodes, we're gonna see how she upgraded her weapon, like how she fixed it with a golden line. And I keep forgetting that word, but there's this one thing that comes from China or something. Can you guys give me the name? I'm sure you know. Can you guys, like, give me the name that I'm trying to say? I keep forgetting it. Like how people repair things with this golden thing. There's a name for it, and it's really meaningful. It's about, like, how even something gets broken, you can make something pretty out of it instead of throwing that broken thing out. Kintsugi! Exactly. It's kintsugi, guys. Thank you. It's Japanese. Apparently it's Japanese. Okay. Yeah, kintsugi, and it's really meaningful. And I love how the writers went with that instead of upgrading her weapon. They didn't think like, okay, now Gamble Shroud is broken, we should give Blake something new entirely. They didn't do that. Instead of, they went with the idea of repairing Gamble Shroud and turning it into something beautiful. So, and I can't wait to see that in the show itself. And I also really want to see how Blake cut her hair. I mean, Erin also said this in her reaction yesterday, in her episode 1 reaction in the app Unlocked. And I'm the same with her, and she said something like, oh, Cora also cut her hair. We all know how Cora ended. I love her so much. Anyway, that's not my point. What I'm trying to say is, I also want Blake, like, I want to see how Blake cuts her hair. You know, we girls usually try to do something about how we look when something bad happens. That's what Blake did. After all of that shit, she was like, okay, I'm just gonna cut my hair. And she went with the like bebop. I love it. And honestly, I was the same as Blake. Like I didn't cut it myself, by the way. I just got a haircut. I can't cut my hair myself. Anyway, I got a haircut when I was 19, after I went through some stuff in my life. And ever since that time, I didn't grow up my hair again. I haven't been using my hair long ever since. So you go, girl. Anyway, I love Blake. So we got an amazing fight. Amazing fight. And Oscar said something like, I guess the city defenses aren't doing much. The thing is, the only defense that the city has is the robots. Like there isn't anyone from Atlas actually defending the city. That's what I understood from this episode. It's just the robots and Penny. Penny is the biggest defense that Mental has, apparently. And Nora's just so done with everything. She's like, yeah, somehow that doesn't surprise me. And oh my god, I love Nora, guys. She is such a blessing. Okay, there was a lot happening in this fight. It was one of the most beautiful fights that I ever seen in the whole show. So, let me fangirl a little bit. Okay, so just the animation in this episode, it was amazing. Like, you can actually see how they get better and better with animation with each volume. And ever since last volume, they also started to get really great with the choreography of the fights. And this was no exception. Like I said, I loved, like you guys know how much I loved the Adam versus the Beast fight. That was amazing. And this fight was also amazing. Like, I loved the stuff with Crow and with the others. It was just so freaking badass. Actually, I wanted to, like, put screenshots of the whole fight here, but that would take me so much time. And I just went with this one because I loved it personally. So everyone went ahead, like, Yang rushed to the front lines with her gauntlets and the others, and then Nora was like, "Hey, where are you guys going? I also want to go to the front lines." And then she just looks at Jean and she decides to just use him as a step to just jump forward to the front lines. And I just love Nora, guys. I love her so freaking much. So she just uses Jean to go there. Anyway, and then the fight is still happening, and I took a screenshot of this because look at the smile. And who do you think she's smiling? Who do you think she's smiling? So yeah, Blake saved Yang with her gun. She's so precious. Like they're just smiling at each other. Yang is also smiling here. Guys, I just love these details. I'm sorry, you guys know what kind of a trash I am. But anyway, let's move on. And then, okay. And then, we see this. And in my reaction, I first saw, like, the first laser, and then we seen the other one, and I was like, no way. I was like, no way. Like, it can't be this soon. So, I'm sure every one of us knew that we're gonna see Penny somehow, but I doubt any of us expected to see her in the freaking first episode of the volume and like this, like this, okay? So, I was like, Penny's alive, and I was actually expecting angst. I was expecting Penny to be like, I don't know, not herself. Like, you know, she's a robot and she has a soul, but she died. And I was expecting her to turn back as someone different. Like, I expected her to not remember anyone. But then she turned back And she was like this, guys. Look at how precious she is. Oh my fucking god. I was not expecting this. I didn't see it coming, but I have no complaints whatsoever. I have no complaints. This is just so freaking precious, guys. This is so freaking precious. And you see how surprised Ruby is, and behind her, Pietro is looking at Ruby. Like, Pietro is watching Ruby and her reaction. Because she knows from Penny herself that they were really close friends. Like, he knows. And, okay. And then we get this. Like, look at them. Look at them together, guys. Okay. So this is just so precious. I don't know what to say. Like, nuts and bolts shippers are going crazy. Like, seriously, go crazy, guys. This is so pure. This is pure shit right here. Okay. And then we get that line. Sell you Tations, and you can like see how Ruby's expression changes with every syllable. Like, she's like, uh-oh, she's coming, she's gonna crash every single bone in my body. And guys, this is just, and I love how they put in the subtitles with excited yelling. This wasn't excited yelling here. This wasn't excited yelling. This was legit yelling. Like, she was actually scared. Because there's this one heavy robot, like, running towards her to, like, hug her. And this wasn't excited yelling. This was literally screaming. So, yeah. And then we get this, look at her face. Okay, now this is excited yelling in Penny's part. But in Ruby's part, that's not excited yelling. But this is just so precious. This was so freaking perfect, guys. Like, this was... Salutations, Sol! Thank you so much for the donation. Salutations! Like, this was such a precious moment in the whole episode. We got Penny. We got her back, and she looks cuter than ever. And so far, everything looks great. But is it? Is it really? What is waiting for us in the upcoming episodes? I don't trust them. I don't trust Miles, Carrie, and the others. I don't. I really don't trust them. But anyway, let's move on. And then we get an explanation from Pietro as to how he saved her. So basically, you guys remember the arena that took place, like, you know, with the Vital Festival in Volume 3, there was the floating arena that came from Atlas. So that thing floats in air. And apparently after Penny died in the arena, Pietro fixed her, thanks to her core, after the arena comes back, like, it came back to Atlas. And I think in the intro, at some point in the intro, you guys can actually see the same arena floating in the air, the arena from Volume 3. So yeah, that's how he apparently fixed her, but it took him some time, because if you, like, try to calculate the time of how long that thing floated in the air to go back to Atlas, and how much time, Pietro spent to, you know, repair her. So that's why no one knew that Penny was alive. And that's why now they just learned that she's alive. And then we okay, give me a sec. We got this. Okay, so this was a perfect upgrade for this scene where they first reacted to Penny in Volume 3. they were like, oh, this girl is a weirdo and such, and now they're like, Weiss is like, this is, and Blake's like, strangely wholesome, and Yang is just like, sounds like Penny to me, and it is just so wholesome. I love it very much. They're just so great. And this whole thing is just so precious, and so far everything is going well, and we get this. Penny's like, we have many things to catch up about. I cannot wait. But then it turns into some things like there's this weird smile on her face, and then we hear an alarm, and she's like, oh shit. It looks like we're gonna have to wait, and she puts that weird smile on her face again, and it's just so hilarious and so freaking precious. It was so great. It was definitely one of the funniest parts of the episode itself. And Maria's golden, guys. Maria's golden. Every moment of Maria, it's just golden. I have absolutely no idea who that child was. Is she important somehow? Like, bless you, woman. Bless you, woman. Like, you have no freaking idea how important she was. She's just so freaking perfect, I swear. And then, suddenly, like right after Crow says, oh, things are going well, I wasn't expecting this. And then suddenly this happens. And this guy shows up right here, and I'm gonna make this image bigger because there are some details about this guy that I want to mention. Do you guys see the rabbit's foot on his belt? And that thing, horses wear? I forgot its name in English. And the four-leaved clover. So it looks like... it looks like from these items that he wears, his is it literally just horseshoe? Okay. Okay, it looks like this dude's semblance might be good luck. And it's actually interesting, like when you think about Crow's semblance, because his semblance is bad luck charm, and probably this dude's semblance is good luck. And I'm curious about Crow and this dude's, how they're gonna interact with each other. Like, maybe this guy helps Crow to balance his semblance, like the bad luck. I mean, there are, I don't know, there are a lot of possibilities about this and how these two would interact. And I can already see people, some people even shipping Crow and this guy because of their semblance and such. And it would work, honestly. And then, Pietro says, and he coughs again, which is not a good sign. He says, what are the Aesops even doing down here? Because apparently seeing Aesops in mental is an unusual thing, okay? Because it looks like we don't see people from Atlas in mental. Like, we just see their, mechanic soldiers instead of themselves. This guy, like Pietro, is one of those guys, rare guys that spends time in mental helping people, but seeing Aesops down there, it's something unusual. And from what I've learned on the internet yesterday, Aesop's is like the Aesop's fables. Like, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right in English, those tales that our parents used to read us with 5 animals, with the donkey, with the rooster, and the dog, I think. I think their name is based on the Aesop fables, and it kind of makes sense, I think, because they're like 5 people. There's this one Faunus. There's this one really white guy that doesn't actually looks like a human. I think he's also a faunus, like, because he's really pale. He has these tattoos on his face. I feel like he's some kind of a faunus. And there's this buff lady that I feel like I'm gonna catch feelings later on. I'm just joking. Maybe I'm not. And then there's this other lady, and apparently they're based on Aesop's fables. And then we get to this scene, which is like the last scene that we've seen. And Crow's like, this is much closer to what I was expecting. And they're all just so done with everything. And one of the good details about this was how Yang was bouncing her leg. It was like, you know, how some of us do when we're stressed or anxious. It's honestly really nice to see little details like that in the animation. And one of the things that I like in here is also the fact that how Blake looks at Yang to check if she's okay or not. You guys already know that I'm a trash. Let me have this. Just they're so precious. And if you think about how Miles, Carrie, and the others were planning this episode to be the finale of Volume 6, they were literally gonna leave us with a cliffhanger with these with our girls and the others in jail. Like, we were gonna get this as a cliffhanger at the end of the volume. They were planning on leaving us on here, and like, this was the end of the episode. This is like my last screenshot of the day, but I can keep talking about the episode with you guys to, like, I don't know, get you guys, like, predictions, like, what are you guys expecting in the coming episodes? And yes, dude, same. I'm also glad they didn't end here. Like, that would have been terrible indeed. That would have been terrible. But yeah. So I'm just gonna hang out, talk about the intro. You want me to talk about the intro? So I said this in the at the beginning of the stream, but I actually talked about the intro a lot on my reaction. No opening screenshots because they're on my reaction, and I paused on the reaction to go through the intro one by one with every scene. But okay, I can talk about the intro, but I don't have screenshots of the intro. So let me try to remember the intro. Okay, let's talk about the intro then. I was actually gonna talk about the lyrics of the intro, but I kind of forgot to check the video with the lyrics. But maybe I can talk about the intro's lyrics in the in like next week's live stream, since this is gonna be a regular thing from now on. Okay, before we go forward, I just want to say, if you go and pledge me on Patreon, you can watch my reaction to the intro right now, and in a couple of hours I'll also upload my full reaction on Patreon, so you guys see those things earlier if you want to. But yeah, let's talk about the intro. So the intro started with the outfit changes of our girls, and it was such a cool scene. Like, it was such a cool shot of our girls. I loved it. And we've seen a lot of Aesops. Like, those 5 people, it looks like we're gonna see them a lot in this volume. That was a focus. And we got like a focus on a symbol with a 4-leaved clove. Was it clove? I keep forgetting that thing's clover. Was it the word? You know, the good luck thing with the 4 leaves. We got a symbol with that, and I assume that's the symbol of that guy with the good luck semblance. If he has that semblance, of course. Clover, thank you. You guys are like dictionaries for me. But yeah. So it looks like we're gonna get a lot of focus of the Aesops. And another focus was, you know, Whitley and Jacques Cheney. They were in the intro as well. But we didn't see Willow Cheney. And I think that's just baiting. Like, they didn't include her in the opening, but I'm sure we're gonna see her in this volume. I mean, they already showed us Penny, which is like a big reveal. They decided to show her because she was gonna show up in the first episode, but they didn't show Willow on purpose because they know how excited we all are to, like most of us are, to see Willow, so they didn't want to show that woman in the intro itself. And another focus was Winter and General Ironwood, and there was this one particular scene with Weiss and Winter, and it was really similar to a shot in Volume 5 with Raven and Yang, and I feel like a similar conflict is gonna happen in this volume with Winter and Weiss. No Cinder and Neo in the opening as well. Oh, that's true. That's true. But I'm sure we're gonna see them though. Like, we're gonna see the villains ends. Like, we're gonna see Salem's part. Like, we're gonna see Tyrion and Watts. There was this one scene. There was this one shot with Watts. You know, he was on his keyboard, and I think it's also foreshadowing something. Like, he's gonna hack stuff and cause a lot of problems in Atlas. But yeah. Do you want this, since this was supposed to be the fun? No. Dude, no. I'm sure we're gonna see the outfits in the next episode. We're gonna see the outfit changes. And we got Robin Hill in the opening as well. And Robin and Crow, they were fighting against Tyrion, if I remember it correctly. So we're gonna get Robin, and I'm really excited to see Robin. Like, I wonder what kind of a character she is, honestly. Oh, what's typing? Yes, I was gonna talk about that. Sirs and madams, thank you. What's typing right after showing the Aesops? What does that mean? Like, is it a clue as to, like, say something like Watts and the Aesops are connected somehow? Like, maybe Watts is in control of Aesops as someone from Atlas. But Aesops, the members of Aesops, they don't know what kind of a person Watts is. Also, like, another thing that took my interest is there is this one member of Aesops, and she has a tail. Like, there's a Faunus in Aesops, and we know that there were Faunus people, like the Rainbow Girl, in Volume 3. Like, they're Faunus students in Atlas as well. So, but we also seen how racist people can be with all of that, you know, I don't know, with those drunk guys and some no Faunus signs in the streets, and how Faunus, yeah, Neon Cat, thank you, Makamor. So I'm confused as to how people in Atlas look at Faunus, because there are Faunus in their ranks, but they also don't, like, they're not fond of Faunus. So I'm actually really curious as to, like, see how people act towards the Faunus. That's something, like, one of those things that I'm curious about, honestly. Your death flags? What are you guys talking about in the chat? Okay, so my death flags for this volume is for Pietro, guys. What I'm thinking is, they gave us Penny in such a good shape, and she's perfect, she's living the life, because, you know, she's with her father. But I feel like we're gonna lose the father, and then we're gonna have to see Penny suffering of her father's death. And it's gonna hurt us a lot, because Penny's probably like that's probably gonna be Penny's first time losing someone, and I feel like that's what we're gonna see, and I'm not ready for it. Or like another possibility could be like Penny getting hacked. Like I don't trust them. Okay, like things are going so well right now, and I'm really happy with the chapter itself. But I don't trust them. Like anything can happen any minute in RWBY. Like just I'm trying to be cautious, okay? And my death flags are for Pietro right now. I feel like he's gonna die from a disease, like because he keeps coughing or something else, and we're gonna have to see, like, we're gonna have to deal with Penny's pain. Penny being shown in the intro with that white background, the same background shown when Ren sensed trouble before Aesop shows up. Yes, actually, yeah, there was this change in the background after Ren noticed Aesop's. I honestly didn't get if that was someone actually sensing them or one of the Aesop dudes like using a semblance. Like what was that? Was it just a special effect to, I don't know, for aesthetic reasons, or was it like was it caused because of a semblance or something? What do you guys think of that effect? Ren's spidey senses went off. No, they're not gonna kill Penny. That wouldn't be nice. Like, I mean, first they made us believe that like Penny's dead for years, and then they brought her back. I doubt they brought her back just to kill her again. Instead, we're gonna see her suffering. That's what I'm guessing because of Pietro. And I think she's gonna take a huge part of like making Atlas a better place, maybe? I'm not so sure. So you think dramatic effects, that white thing in the background, yeah, that could be it. Honestly, I don't see any value in killing Penny again. Same. I also feel the same way, yeah. What if hacked Penny kills Pietro? Oh my god, no. No. Stop right there. That's something that I don't want to think about. Oh my god. That would be a lot of angst. That would be a lot of angst. Now I'm anxious, dude. Oh my god. Oh god. Penny can't be hacked. She's a person. Do we actually know that though? Like in volume 3, before Cinder hacked the army, Penny was already on the ground. So we didn't actually see if that would that was like maybe they were also able to hack Penny too. We don't know that. Yes, Pietro also has lung x-rays on his wall. Yeah, he probably has something with his lungs or something. Maybe he has a disease. You can't hack a soul. You guys have points. You can hack a brain and she has a robotic brain. Like, I mean, there are a lot of possibilities, really. I'm not so sure if she can be hacked or not. Do you think it's possible they used the Relic of Creation to bring Penny back? Yes, that's what I think, honestly. And, like, in the opening itself, we also see the Relic of Creation behind Monty's name. For a second, like, it just comes... just a second, like, you can actually see the, Relic of Creation. Which means we're probably gonna see the Relic of Creation in this, volume. I mean, it's also really meaningful if you think that, like, it's right behind Monty's name, the Relic of Creation. Pietro has the ultimate gamer chair. Penny is equal to Julian Chase, oh my god. Penny going with If she gets hacked, I think she'll be able to find it because of her soul and overcome the hacking. I really hope that's the case, honestly. I wonder if we'll see even more racism. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will. I wonder if Pietro's chair is also a toilet. I don't want to imagine that, Makobar. Why are you making me imagine this? Oh god. Have you watched the episode? Because I don't want to spoil anything. Yes, I've seen the episode. That's why I'm making a live stream for it. I've seen it, don't worry. It's gonna get super political and I'm here for that. Same, Aoife, same. Same. Your B wishes this volume, I want to know. I don't have a lot of B wishes for this volume. I mean, I'm mostly curious about other things about the show this time, but I'm expecting a kiss. A B's kiss. That would be great. Jacques versus Robin in the election would be a lot like... You're right, you're right. Is Pietro's chair also a gun? I really hope so. I'm afraid to say this, but I think the bad guys need a victory this volume, as known as Volume 3 Wives. Oh boy. We will see. I'm just crying about Ruby's hair. New hairstyle looks cute, but she was growing her hair out through Volume 4, 5, and 6. I also love her hair. It's never like racism to me. It feels like discrimination and class systems. You do have a point, yes. I mean, there's clearly a class difference in Atlas when you look at the people in Mental and the people on the islands. Kiss on the lips or on the cheek? On the lips, dude. Kiss on the lips. But yeah, it might be too soon. I don't know. Like, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going with the flow at this point. Don't like Jean's new hair. You're not alone. I mean, I'm not a fan of Jean's hair, but at least it looks better in the intro than it was in the in those, just design pictures. I mean, it looks a little bit better in the intro, but yeah. I mean, I'm getting used to it. Basically, I'm getting used to it. We'll see. But yeah, how long have I been streaming now? Almost getting close to 2 hours. I think this time I went faster. I was expecting this to be like 3 hours long or something. Should I stay here a little bit longer? Do you guys want me to talk about anything? Because I think I went through all of the episodes, and I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, Jean's hair is fine. I don't mind it at this point, honestly. I'm sorry, but I'll never get used to his hair. I laugh too hard. Oh boy. Yeah, it looked fine in the intro. So, belts. Oh my god. Do you want me to talk about belts? They're wearing a lot of belts. Any predictions for Weiss reuniting with her family? Okay, that's a good question. I honestly don't, but let me think. I'm mostly curious about her reuniting with Winter. mostly, because right now she probably feels betrayed because of how she so far like sees Winter on the boards with Ironwood, and she knows her sister better than that. So I feel like their interaction is gonna be interesting. That's one of the things that I'm curious about. When it comes to her father, I feel like this time she's gonna be like really strong. Like, she's gonna be like, this time I'm with my friends. I'm not afraid of you. You're not manipulating me anymore. I'm here to stop your shit because this is not right. And with Whitley, it's gonna be similar. But with her mom, I have no clue. Like, we know that Willow Schnee, uh, she's an alcoholic mom, and she's never around. And maybe she's gonna see her and she will say something like, why aren't you doing anything, mom? It's time for you to stop drinking and do something for the people around you. Maybe. Like, I mean, I'm not so sure. These are just some of the thoughts that I have right now. But I also want to see an interaction between Crow and Willow. Because, Crow was an alcoholic and he stopped drinking for the sake of Ruby and the others. He stopped drinking, and I'm curious about how he's going to react to Willow when he sees her. Like, that's also something that I'm curious about. And I don't know. I'm mostly curious about like what Winter's thinking, honestly. Is she a villain right now? Like, is she the White Witch from Narnia? Is that what her illusion is for real? Like how people have been, like some people have been guessing for real. Is she the White Witch? Is that what this is? Like, what is she gonna do? Like, how Weiss is gonna take all of this? Like, there's a lot of things, honestly. Sirs and madams, oh my god, thank you so much for the donation. I love you guys, by the way. You guys also keep up the good work. I hope you're seeing this right now because you said you gotta go. But I love your channel. I love how your channel kept growing in these last 6 months. You guys are all adorable. I'm still watching your RWBY reactions starting from Volume 2. And I love how you guys keep thanking me on your descriptions on your videos for, like, encouraging you to make your channel. Like, you guys are just so adorable. I love you guys. And, thank you for the donation. Thank you. I hope you have a great day too. I assume you're Bruce? Bruce, I hope you have a great day too. Thank you for the donation. Okay, let me read the chats. Psychological battle between Mama Schnee and Weiss. Yeah. Schnee Mom is Winter Maiden calling it now. Is she? Like, I know, yeah, some people are theorizing that she is the Winter Maiden, but is she? Maybe it's Robin? Who knows? Willow Schnee is the perfect example of what happens when you ignore your family. I guess. I mean, she's the perfect example what happens if you keep drinking too much, for sure. And yes, everyone, go check Sirs and Madam's reactions. They're doing great stuff. Some of them are also musicians, and they also did soundtrack reactions, and I can't wait to watch those things. Like, they reacted to all of the volumes starting from volume 2 in these last 6 months, and now they're all caught up. And they're all such sweet people. Like, go check their channel out. You guys can see them in the super chat right there. It's their channel. They're amazing. They're such lovely people. Yes, I saw the donation. I said thanks to them. But yeah, guys, I think it's time I should go, maybe, because I think we talked about everything. We covered everything. Like, did I forget anything in the live stream? I'm not so sure if I forgot anything. Let's see. Why did Maria not get arrested? That's a good point. Okay, you know what happened there? When they all got arrested, Maria just kept walking to another direction like nothing happened. She was like, oh, I have no business with these kids who can't keep anything subtle. She just, you know, she's an old lady. Like, she looks like an old lady. None of the those Aesop people think that she's a threat or she has a gun or like she's armed. She just walked away. She's like, okay, I have no business with these kids. You can take them. Yeah, Maria said, fuck this shit, I'm out, and she just walked away. She's amazing. Yeah, she just yeeted out. That's why she didn't get arrested. She's amazing. Kawaii Randoms, I love you too. I see you there. Why are these kids? Are they important somehow? I don't know, cops. Don't look at me. Survival of the fittest. Maria, they'll be fine. Yes, exactly. Maria is definitely one of my favorites. Maria is my favorite character after Team RWBY. She's my favorite. She's amazing. I love her. And I'm gay for her young self. Perfect. Anyway. She's amazing. She just yeeted out. I don't want to go, but bye and check your Twitter. Alright. Take care. Thank you so much for, thank you so much for stopping by. And I'm also gonna go now, because I think I talked about everything. And, by the way, guys, from now on, I'll be live streaming, for every chapter of RWBY. Like, I'll be here, on 8 p.m. Central European Time every Sunday. So this is gonna be a regular thing. Like, we can keep talking and predicting things about the volume next week as well. So I'm gonna be here at the same time next week. So yeah. I guess this is it for this week. Thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. This was really fun. And I honestly can't wait to keep rambling on about RWBY with you all next week. So, yeah guys, this was my live stream for RWBY Volume 7, Episode 1. I hope you guys have enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.